was that?
That was 7, though.
Water your plants.
No, remember the yes, the formula for success.
Oh, that's right. Formula for success.
Remember?
Yes.
Water your garden. What happens if a good person waters their garden?
It grows.
It grows. What happens if the most evil person in the whole wide world waters their garden?
It still grows.
It still grows. So it doesn't matter if you're good or bad. What's the one person you don't want to be?
Observer.
The observer. Never the observer. Don't be the critic. Don't be the person looking outside saying, that's not fair. He shouldn't get what he wants. They shouldn't be elected. They shouldn't be successful. Don't be that person. Tend to your own damn garden and get the results. Now, not tending to your garden is also tending to your garden. What happens if you don't tend to your garden? You get what? You get weeds. Worse than it dying. You think I don't tend to the garden, it's just going to go away. No, weeds. You'll get weeds. Who wants weeds? Nobody wants weeds. So just tend to your garden, take care of yourself, right? Y'all remember that?
Yes.
Dr. V's formula for success. All right, number 2. Now, there's my favorite mystic, Sadhguru. If you don't listen on him on YouTube, you need to. He's amazing. Now, going to college, there was a philosopher named Descartes. Who knows Descartes' most famous saying? I think,
Therefore I am.
therefore I am. Who's heard that before? I heard that, and I get it. You know, they're just talking about philosophy and stuff. I think, therefore I am. And I never really agreed with it. I was like, I don't get it. So Sadhguru, there's this video. He goes, do you really believe that you think, therefore you are, or you're alive, therefore you get to think? What's the right answer?
You're alive.
And I was like, you're alive, and that's why you get to think. And that's what he says, right? So, I think, therefore I am. He goes, no, you're alive first. Okay? In fact, he goes on to say in another video, the most important thing in your life right now is what? It's not your kids. It's not your job. It's not yourself. It's the very fact that you're alive. That's the most important thing in your life right now. It's not your marriage. It's not your test tomorrow. It's the fact that you're alive. In fact, the answer to all of your problems is what? Death. No. If you were to die, all your problems would go away. Is that true? Yeah, for you they would. Okay? But who here wants to die? Nobody. So the most important thing is the fact that you're alive. And so because you are alive, then you get to think. Make sense? Then Sadhguru throws another problem. He goes, your number one problem. What do you think your number one problem is? Anybody want to know? Oh, come on. Overthink.
Life.
People go, here's an answer. Life. Life gets me. Fear, Dr. Vuong. I'm afraid of judgment. I'm afraid to do things.
Emotions.
It's my emotions. I can't control my emotions. I can't control my stress.
Thinking is the problem.
Sadhguru says your number one problem is the fact that you think. Not overthink. Not can't stop your thoughts. Just the fact that you think. Now this shit blew my mind. The reason why it blew my mind is because I grew up thinking, I think therefore I am. I'm smart. I'm tested. I tested out. Not even speaking English, I tested out. That's bizarre. I've been tested my whole life. You do debate classes, you read papers, you have to write dissertations, you have to do all this sort of stuff. I'm very proud of how I get to think, yes? And he looks at the camera, he looks right at me, and he says, your problem is you think. I had to think about that for a second. And he's right. Is it ever possible to know every side of the story? every issue of the situation. No, you can't. It's impossible to know everything about everything. To some degree, you will be in darkness. There will be something you don't know. Are there things I know that you don't know? Yes. Are there things that you know that I don't know?
Sure.
Absolutely. Like, I don't know what it's like to menstruate. I don't. So when you tell me it hurts, I just have to take your word for it. You know, pamper you, little heating pad, whatever you need, right? Because there's something, I don't know every side of the situation. It's just not possible. But problem is, people sit there and go, let me think about it. I have to digest it. Let me look at it. Let me study it. I'll get back to you on Monday. Why? You're not gonna, between now and Monday, you're not gonna learn everything you need to know. Does that make sense? In fact, this is our problem. The second we start thinking, what happens? Well, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if they laugh at me? What will my husband think? What will my family think? What if I fail? What if it costs too much? What if it hurts too much? People won't have surgery because they're like, it might hurt after surgery. Yes, it did. No, it didn't. I did fine. You don't know till you do it. But it makes them stop because they had to think about it. Does that make sense? And that's just your own experience. I mean, forget about it when you talk about religion, politics. You start debating shit with people. It never works. Your problem is you think. Okay? Which leads me to the next nugget. There was this video, and I need to look it up. But it was this guy who lived in this small village, right? And he said, basically he says, we make life unnecessarily hard. We make life hard. One day it was raining and he wanted a house. So he goes, and there's no Home Depot in his little country. So he goes, gathers some clay, some straws, makes little clay bricks, builds himself this one room house. Just every day he made a few more bricks, stacked them. Before he knew it, he had a house. His friends and neighbors came by and says, wow, you made a house, that's cool. Can you make me one? And he goes, sure. So he starts making more bricks. And before he knows it, he's built his mother a house, his brother a house, everybody has a house. So then he decided he needed something to catch water. So he built this little thing, caught water. Now they have water. Instead of just sitting around saying, oh, look at me, my life is so hard, I don't have running water. And he says, we just make life unnecessarily hard for no reason. And we do, don't we? And all of y'all are gonna hit this 9 months post-op, 1 year post-op. The struggle's real. No, it's not. You made it real. You know, damn, Dr. Vuong had to leave. I was just about ready to have surgery. I've been here 5 years. We made it hard. Made it hard. For no reason. Okay? So, now why am I telling you all of this? Remember this. This will stop you from doing. And what is it you have to do? Oh, what you have to do is water your garden. Don't think about it. I gave you the system. I gave you the formula. Green smoothies for breakfast, salad a day, lots and lots of water, not Starbucks. 3 months from now, you're gonna think Starbucks is the answer. I don't know why, but you will. You'll think margaritas every Friday night. Margaritas only on days that end in the letter Y. But it's because you're trying to think, right? And what happens is when you start to do this, you start making life unnecessarily hard. It's the how that stops us. We go, I want to go see Paris. And then you start worrying. Well, how would I get there? I can't afford a plane ticket. I can't get time off from work. You're thinking about the how. Like, do you want to go to Paris or not? Just decide to go to Paris. It'll work itself out. It always does. Think about that. Bonus. Wednesday bonus. You have, y'all write this down, survived 100% of your hardest days. Isn't that true? You guys ever have days like that? Oh my God, I'm so glad the day's over. It was so hard. Had this big project due at work. Kids were fighting. Couldn't get the kids out of bed. Didn't know how I was gonna make it. All the bills were due. Taxes were due. Mama was sick. Car wreck. This happened. You have survived 100% of your hardest days. Yes? Now let me ask you this question. What if you didn't have any hard days? What if life was just beautiful and easy and you got what you want?
The good days wouldn't be worth it.
Does that make sense? I don't know. I think you would. I think, you know, your good days wouldn't register on my days because my goods are so good. You just have to have like great, amazing experiences. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Right? So tend to your garden. It's the work. Don't listen to other people who judge you. She took the easy way out. I did it the natural way. Don't be an observer. Don't be a judger. The most important thing in your life is the fact that you're alive. Period. And your problems stem from the fact that you feel like you can think your way through it. You can't. Everything that you want in life, someone's already done. Just find the system and repeat it. Don't try to overthink it. Right? Don't make life hard. Now, one last note, and I hate to end on religion. I'm not particularly a religious guy. But whatever you believe in, Jesus, God, Allah, evolution, nature, whatever. Whatever power brought you here, do you think they brought you on this planet so you could suffer? No. Not my God. Not how I want to think. So why would we worry about that so much? Yes?
Yes.
Cool? Are y'all gonna go have an awesome week?
Yes.
Go have an awesome week, yes?
Yes.
Woo! Done early.